Apa khabar PruBSN? Okay, thank you. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala ashrafil anbiya'i mursalin wa ala alihi wa ashabihi ajma'in. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. How are you guys? Thank you so much, PruBSN, for having me here this afternoon. Thanks to my friend Ashraf for giving me this opportunity. He called me last week and told me, Shahul, can you come and do this session? Apparently, I decided 3 months ago, on the 1st of October, I don't want to have any appointments. I don't want to go for any meetings. That particular day was blocked that I don't engage anybody. Simply because today is my 20th anniversary wedding day. So this is the 20th year I lost my freedom. Yeah. So I wanted to make sure that today I spend this day with my wife, and I promised them. So when my friend called me, hey brother, you have to come and do this, I said, I take my friendship more than my wife. So for excitement, I am committed to him, but I don't know how to go and tell my wife. And today is the 20th anniversary. So she was expecting a big dream. This morning I'm going to bring her for a breakfast, lunch I'm going to spend with her, and maybe dinner. So 2 days ago, I have to confront her. So there's only two things. Either I get busy, or she become busy. So I called one of my friends, who's in the business. So I told my friend, bro, you have to help me. I have an engagement in the afternoon and I can't tell my wife. You help me call my wife and tell her, bring her out for an appointment for an important meeting, telling this meeting is very important. So she has no choice. She has to come and tell me that she has to excuse me. That she has to go out for the lunch. The rest is history, alhamdulillah. I'm here today. I hope she's having a meeting with someone in the business sector. But I promised her that I will be back home by, inshallah, by 6 o'clock. So you can be powerful in corporate. You can be the most powerful man in the country. You can be the most powerful president in the world. But when you go back home, who's most powerful? So I'm sure that I heard that you guys are the leaders of PruBSN. And when you're leaders, you know the best ingredients of success. But I'll tell you the best success, if you follow this success, you will be the much more bigger leader and a successful agent in your life. The biggest success is you can be very intelligent. You can be the most smartest person. The minute you enter your house, you must behave like you don't know anything. Your wife is the most intelligent person. You will win handsomely in your life. So I hope I don't have anyone in this group knows my wife. So I don't want my 20th anniversary. She called me for a dinner in the 51st floor. Even then I'm very scared. After 20 years, she wanted to bring me to 51st floor too. So I said, Allah knows all these things. Anyway, thank you so much for having me here. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Shahul and I was the former Chief Executive of HRD Corp. And I'm the Group CEO and a Managing Director for Green Packet. Green Packet is the listed company. Predominantly, we are in the business of telecommunications and technology. We are the largest fintech company. We are the only company in the country who owns digital payment gateway and digital wallet, e-wallet and payment gateway. We are the primary drivers of fintech business. This business was started in year 2000, and we are the largest unicorn in the country. I'm not here to promote Green Packet, but I want to tell this to you, so at least you know, in life nothing is permanent. You can be the best agent this year, you may not be the best the next year. And you can be the best in the following year. So in life, there's no steady line. There's always ups and down, ups and down. So in my life of 30 years of corporate career, I've seen many ups and downs. These are practical ups and downs, which I think those ups and downs will make you a tougher person when you're in the corporate world. You know, typically if you ask me, what is my passion? What is my excitement? I'm a typical salesman. I love to do sales. I love to meet people, and always like to do engagement with people. Because when you are in sales, you give solutions to people. When you are in sales, you understand people. When you're on sales, you know what the trend and technology is all about. But just being a mere salesman is not going to help you. I know people who talks for months, years, hours, but they don't know how to convert that communications or conversation into dollars and cents. You all are leaders today because you have the dollars and cents. You meet the target. You meet the KPI that is given to you. If you don't meet the KPI, if you don't have the targets, I don't think so. You are here inside this room as the leaders. Am I right? You agree with me, right? Let's keep this session very interactive. So you won't sleep, and I'll be happy to continue to do a lot of excitement sharings. I want to speak truly from my heart, not from the textbooks, not from what I read, not even in the experience. Truly my own experience in my last 5 to 7 years of journey in the corporate world, where transformation is inevitable. I have to do transformation to get where I wanted to do. I have to showcase a great leadership, a leadership with humanity, a leadership that cares for the people, leadership that believes in changing people's life. Number 3, and when you are a good leader, when you are a person who believes in doing wild transformation, and I want to share with you how this world can bring you down when they know you are the performer. Ladies and gentlemen, today the topic given to me was leading through transformation. Let's dissect that topic. Leading is different, transformation is different. Not all leaders are a good transformer. Not all the people who transform can be a good leader. But if you have the combination of both, alhamdulillah, you have a best combo. As I said, I started my career with a company called Informatics. Informatics is one of the leading technology companies in the country. We used to have 70,000 students in our campus. That was one company I seen in my life from the top to nowhere. And every corner of Malaysia you go, you will see a campus of informatics. 20 years ago, every technology people, engineers, software developers, 80% come from informatics. I started my career as a lecturer. I was typically an IT programmer, Unix, Oracle, C programming, very technical. Last time you want to be a programmer, you had to be, my teacher always tell me, Shahul, you can't do technology, you can't do programming because you're not intelligent, you're very dumb. But I wanted to be a technology programmer. But today, everything is easy. You go and ask the uncle, ChatGPT uncle, he will tell you everything. I can tell you, you have 300 people here, at least 80% of the people are surviving because of ChatGPT today. Every single event today, you won't be surprised, some of the husband even ask ChatGPT what my wife likes. That is the truth. That is the truth. That's how technology has, gone so deep into our daily lives. So that's informatics. So I was a lecturer. Then I told my boss, sir, lecturing is good, but to me, I think I can't fit into the lecture. It's very boring. Can I go back to do sales? That was the first break I had. My boss gave me the opportunity to do sales. I built up the entire corporate learning for informatics. From nowhere, I had my first career of 9 years. My first job is 9 years. So when I left informatics, I built a corporate learning division of every year. We used to make a turnover of 40 million. That was during the year 2000 and 2002. It was a beautiful business. I was earning a very handsome salary. I was still a bachelor, a lot of fun, a lot of money. I earned 5 figures. By the end of the last week, I still have no money in my pocket. We spent that much. The 2 weeks later, the credit card will call me. They say, you never pay your credit card. So that's how you don't know the value of the money. So I left. I have to leave HRD informatics. So I thought I was in a very big, deep state. You're doing good business, a lot of money you're making. Why do you want to leave this comfort zone and go to something which is very challenging? But I realized that when I come out of informatics, the world is bigger than informatics. Opportunity is huge when you go out and look out for the ocean. You don't want to swim in the river. You don't want to swim in the lake. You go out to the ocean. Yes, it's challenging, but it's interesting. You have more opportunities come towards you. I went into jobsdb.com, one of the largest job sites in Asia Pacific. I was one of them who was driving in Malaysia. I started off. After all the hard work, we want to go for listing in Hong Kong, 2008. That's where we are hit by the SARS disease. We know about COVID, am I right? I'm not sure how many of you remember SARS. Do you remember SARS? Can you put up your hands? Yeah, okay, good. You are still not very far from my age. SARS couldn't allow us to go for listing. So we have to let go of our shares, sold to my chairman in Hong Kong. Then I came back. Then I have to set up something from the ground zero. Age is catching up. So when I started my career, it was around 19. So by 30, I still have to go back to the ground zero. And I start things from, so I started a content development company where we used to develop content and we convert the content into becoming events. And when you do events, it's good. We replicate the event into multiple countries. So I used to run one of the largest event management company. Alhamdulillah, we have been doing pretty well. We are growing extensively. From Malaysia, we are almost in 10 countries. Nigeria, Rwanda, Kenya, Qatar, London. COVID come. We expanded massively just before COVID. COVID came. We are forced to shut the entire business. We have to have almost 200 people working for us globally. And our business is one of the first to close, last to open. Events business, content creation business. So we have no choice. We got to shut the entire business. I spent 10 years in developing the business. But we shut everything. So one day I was sitting down and thinking, I'm asking, we sit down, we pray, we sujood. We talked to Allah. I said, what's happening? Why I have to go through this tough time? When I want to go for listing, I couldn't go. Now I built this business. It's not about me. I got 200 people's life is with me. So how do I keep my people as a good leader? They have been with me with difficult times. But now it's a tough time. How do I sustain them? How do I make sure that their families don't go into trouble? Sometimes, if you know this surah, وَالضُّحَى وَاللَّيْلِ إِذَا سَجَى مَا وَدَّعَكَ رَبُّكَ وَمَا قَلَى. If you go back to the backstory of the ayat, when Allah reveals Quran and a lot of ayats coming out, there's nothing that's been talked about Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. So Prophet was very upset. Prophet was asking, what did I do? Why Allah never talks about me? Why there was nothing mentioning about me in all the ayat that came down? So he was very upset. That's where Allah sent this ayah and telling them, I never forget you. I never disobeyed you. You're always my thoughts. It will come to you. Be patient. So I take all these things, we are human, right? When we got money, we got power, we think of Allah very less. We are human, we are general, but we are designed such a way. We are a human, we are a creator, designed with a lot of weaknesses. When we are in trouble, we go back to the sajada, we go back to Allah. When Allah asks you to pray 5 times, we pray 7 times a day. That's the reality of life. Am I right? Betul kan? You know, normal time when you have the money, everything, bangun, solat fajr pun Allah susah lah. But when you're in trouble, we wake up at 3 o'clock at midnight, we'll wait when is the fajr time. So this is how a human we are designed. So I think, I asked Allah, what is that? Show me the light. So 3 days later, I get a call from one of the minister. I said, Shahul, we want to get you to come in as a CEO of HRD Corp. So I told them, I'm a race, because they take me not because I'm close to this minister, I know someone. I've been given the opportunity because of my track record. I was with the education, then I was a primary driver of jobs in the market. So based on these 2 categories, I was given the opportunity to drive HRD Corp. So I'm an entrepreneur. I love to do things very fast. I always believe in low cost, high impact model. Before I spend $10, I think 10 times before whether I can get the things or not. And I love to meet people, and I'm primarily a target driven person. I go back to the government where nothing what I've been doing has connection. The government is very process oriented, very policy driven, and they don't believe in a couple of things what was an entrepreneur we do. But I have a big mandate that's been given to me. I'm going into this organization as the peak of the COVID, and there was a lot of responsibility as a leader. I got to shoulder on myself. I can't meet people. You know, I'm one of the only CEO in the country got my first paycheck without even entering the office. That was work from home. You know, I don't know where's my office. I don't know how my office will look like. But after 30 days, I got my first salary, and I was in anxiety. I have to go and meet people. You can't work. You have to work from home. You know, you can't go out. But I have to make sure that we do a lot of upskilling, cross-skilling, reskilling, because people are losing jobs. So that was a big trauma. Then we have to quickly readjust ourselves. Transformation. That is the biggest game I took up in HRD Corp. When I went into HRD Corp, I decided I want to do 3 things. Very focused. I want to focus on PPT. People, technology, process. People, process, technology. These are 3 important things that I want to focus on. People. I want to touch on people because we all are driven because of people. Am I right? Our biggest product is what? Our service. If you don't do good service, you can't meet your targets. You can do only good service when you have good people. I can tell you, all of you are like a small entrepreneur. You drive your businesses with the 15 people, 20 people, 30 people, 50 people. But if your business is very people-centric, and you must know how to build people. So when I went into HRD Corp, traditionally any government agency, you have the change of government, change of minister, change of the leadership, they always have the trust deficit. When I go in, they always have this belief, is this a good guy? Is he going to come in to remove us? It is going to change the policy. So I went in with a very aggressive mode. But I had always spoken to myself, I said, I'm not going to remove anybody. I'm not going to have people think that I can't do it. And I want to make sure that I build the trust with the people. The biggest trust that I want to build with the people is all about, I'm here to make their life different. I want to change their lives. And this is the people that are going to make my life easy. So before I get them to trust me, I show them that I believe in them. You will have, I got 400 people in HRD Corp when I went in. And they all come with a very orthodox, very typical olden mindset. But I have to make sure that I want to slowly change. Trust is the biggest element if you want to build people. And the trust you got to show to them. A lot of times we get carried away with what is surroundings. I got many times carried away with the surroundings. I got troubled by the surroundings. People come and tell me before, because we are a human, we go with the judgmental process. Before I come into the organization, before I meet the people, somebody will feed me, somebody will tell me, this guy is like this is what he can capable of doing it, and you must be careful about this guy. That's it. Your mind is already programmed such a way. But I was very, very careful about it. I said, if somebody had to have the kind of judgment on me, my life would have been ruined. But that was entirely end of my career. People have been too judgmental about my process, my way of work. That really brought my career at the end of the day. That one I'll touch about it later. But when I went to the Executive Corp, I went with open mind. I accepted everybody and whatever capacity they are. And I told them that our only objective is to make sure that we serve the nation. We want to make sure that we build Malaysia as the largest human capital in the country, and we build the best skills for our people. Because learning is not a luxury. Learning is a necessity. Gone are those days that we can say that learning is not important. Even today people will come and tell, oh, Bill Gates is not educated. Elon Musk is not educated, but they are still rich. They can show only 10 people who are rich, not educated. I can show them 1,000 people who are educated and they are richer and they are more sustainable than Elon Musk and Bill Gates. So we don't want our, I'm a father of 4 kids. I'm a father of 4 kids, 3 boys and a girl. Every of my kids got different characters. They tell me sometimes, the kids like a father, mother, but got 4 kids, like uncle got 1 character, my auntie got 1 character, mother got 1 character, father got, we got 4 kids with 4 characters. My 3rd boy come and tell me yesterday night, he said, Papa, you asked me to go every day, nag me to go to tuition school. You see, all the successful people in the world, they never study, all of them are very rich. He said, football players, Cristiano Ronaldo, he never go to school. He's the most powerful guy. He makes a lot of money. Elon Musk was thrown out of the school. I said, who told you all these things? No, I go to internet and search. This ChatGPT gives you everything. You go to ChatGPT and tell you who are the most successful people in the world without studying, it gives you a list of people. So I told him, forget about all these people. You care for your father. I pay you 30,000 every year for the school. You worry about Ronaldo, Cristiano Ronaldo. I'm your father sitting next to you. So, the kids are that way. They don't believe in learning. They don't believe in going to school. And my 3rd boy, second boy who's a graduate, I'm supposed to send him to school, university. So he come and tell me, why should I waste my time going for a university for 3 years, studying 1 course? If you allow me, I will go for 10 courses in 3 years. I can take all short courses. So you see the paradigm shift of the people learning. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the truth. You like it or not, the future of learning is going to be very, very different. It is not the way how you and me go to school. I can tell you, I worked for my first job. In my last 30 years of career, I chased only 3 jobs. My late father worked for 1 company for 52 years. 52 years my late father worked. I worked for 3 companies for 30 years. I can challenge you and I can tell you, it is going to be the future and your children will follow. In future, our children will work for 3 companies in 1 day. 3 companies in 1 day. This is the real future. You know why? People talking about gig working. People talking about freelancing. People talking about working from home. Flexi working hours. The future of learning is going to be very different. People don't going to care about your degree, your masters, you're a gold medalist. Nobody going to care about you. They all want skills. If you are an agency head and if you are a leader, who you want? You want a gold medalist who don't know how to do a sales pitch, or you want a guy, someone from SPM who can do wonderful sales pitch? Who do you want?
SPM.
SPM. So this is what the skills is all about. So if you have a kids and your kids is not keen to go for learning in the higher educations, push them for a high learning skills base. The future is all about work-based learning. We call WBL. Work-based learning is the future. SBL, skills-based learning is the future. It's not about you go to Johns Hopkins University, you go to Oxford University, you go to University of Malaya. These are gone of those days. Definitely time comes, all these people will change. It's all about flexi learning. That's for the future. As I told you, the future of work. The reason I'm telling you, I'm connecting you, that tomorrow your people don't only work for you, they work for multiple other works. You must be able to accept them. The important is the performance. What you want is the performance. If they are able to meet your targets, if they're able to meet and deliver what you want, you should be able to have them. That's how the future is all about. I come from the ministry. I just completed my term in the April 21st. So I can tell you the future is going to be multiple jobs. Today, before COVID, post-COVID, and before COVID is 2 different things. During COVID, so many high-profile people lost jobs. So many top performers in the corporate world lost jobs. But after COVID, nobody want to come back to job market. And they are comfortable with freelancing. And I was one person who was very against our graduate becoming a Grab driver. You know, as a parent, I don't want to send my kids to go to the university for 3 years, 4 years. They'll come out, they have to drive Grab. So we are a strong advocate, and you have to ensure this is being done, because you don't want. Today, you know what is the situation? Grab has too many drivers, they cannot accommodate. You know, ladies and gentlemen, when we are the government, we used to face this problem. If you are unemployed, we can get you a job. We can go and search for a job. If you're unemployable, nobody can get you a job. So when you lose your skills, you become unemployable. If you are a good degree holder, or if you're a diploma holder, or if you have a corporate world, and you miss that and you go back into the gig working, and you miss out all the skills, when you don't have the gig anymore, you have to go back to market, people don't want to employ you. So if you have the young people coming into you as a leaders, you must be open with them. You must be able to show them what is the future all about. When I was in HRD Corp, every day we do recruitment because we want to get the best people over for HRD Corp. You know, my people come and tell me, Datuk, today we got 10 people coming to interview. I tell them, you are still wrong. You're not in the industry. You're not interviewing them. They come to interview you. This is the reality, my friends. Everybody coming into you, you're not interviewing them, whether they want to work for you or not. If you have an ABC agency, and they want to come to work for you, it's not, you are interviewing them, they come to interview you. Whether you have a good salary, good benefits, good perks, out of all these things, you know what else they ask? Do I have a work-life balance? Is it true? Yes. I asked them, what is work-life balance? I don't know what is balance. I know only work. So they said, no, Dato, at 5 o'clock I want to finish, I want to go and pick up my boyfriend, girlfriend. So I told her, you tell me where's your boyfriend? I'll try to get a job next to your boyfriend. So what else we can do? I can give you only job. I can give you salary. I can't give you work-life balance. So this is the real challenge of today's workforce. Now our time, I consider we all in the same age. Now our time, we work very hard. We are very challenging. We don't mind going to the ground and starting again back. But I can tell you our kids are not that way. One time they are lost, they will sit down and cry in one corner to make sure they are only lost. They also make us lost. So that's the reality of today's crowd. But it's our responsibility, build people, because these are the people who are going to be the future leaders of PruBSN. These are the people who are going to be the future leaders of your agency. So we have to drive these people. But today, these people are much more smarter, very intelligent, not like you. You know, not like us, not like me, not like our father, because these people think ahead. You are going overseas. Your kids can be 15 years old. You're going overseas. Your kids will tell you, Mama, can you buy for me this doll from wherever holiday you go? You tell them, sorry, this doll is not sold here. You don't know. You think that they don't know. You tell them, no, this is not sold here. It's a different country. Yeah, they don't leave you that way. They go Google, they find out where's the shop, what color, what is the price, they take everything and they give it to you. I already ordered, you just go pay, collect and come. Am I right? This is the power of technology. This is the power. You know, the technology is very weird. You know what is the funniest thing about the technology? When you are far, technology connects you closer. You will be sitting in United Nations, you will be sitting in United States, you will be sitting in France. The technology brings you closer. When you are close, technology brings you far. This is the power of technology. This is the funny thing about the technology. We will be sitting in the house, 5 people in one table, we don't talk, we use the mobile phone, and that's how the technology brings you far. But we are sitting in America, where the technology brings you closer through the power of technology and the telecommunication. So we have to harness the power of technology. You can't say that I don't use technology. You can't say, today ladies and gentlemen, if you know how to use ChatGPT effectively, if you know how to use data analytics effectively, if you know how to use market research effectively, if you know how to use the technology to understand who is your customer base, your sentiments of customer effectively, you will be one of the most successful and the powerful agents in PruBSN, because today data is everywhere. Data has very little privacy. With the AI, cloud, everything coming in, they can always tell you who are the people. You go to ChatGPT and you type what are the key problems of PruBSN insurance holders, the things will tell you. If you go to the ChatGPT and ask what are the advantages, no, I was just in the car, I was typing. What are the challenges the PruBSN, the agents are having? ChatGPT tell me, true or not, I don't know, but it's been there. It's telling. So you have a lot of data available in the internet today. You must know how to harness the technology. If you know how to drive it, you will be somebody. Because fundamentally, our service is our product. Our product can be successful when you understand the best service you can give it to you. Best service about convincing. Recently, I will share with you one of my cases. The insurance agent come and help me so much. One of my family members have to go through a major medical sickness, and it's not something which can be cured in Malaysia. I have to go overseas. The agents come and help me like my family member. I have seen the best of the insurance agents. I have seen the worst of the insurance agents. And I can tell you, when I was in young days, I don't understand what is the insurance and all about. When I was paying to the insurance agent, I believe later after 1 year, the insurance agent never pay my money to the insurance company. When I want to claim, they told me my policy got left. So you have the best of the insurance agents, but this is in the past. Today with technology, I can monitor what is my insurance agent doing for me, whether he's helping me or not. Am I getting the best services, best benefits or not? So everything is done with the touch of the hand. So as an agent, you must harness technology. You must make technology effective use of it to train your people. Sales training. And very important, if you want your people to stay with you and continue to work for you, you must show your people continuous learning is very important. You want to show them that tomorrow they want to be the leader. They are the effective leader you can build for them through the skills learning, through technology learning, through career development, to show them the best benefits. Not only that, out of all these things, job satisfaction. Today's people is all about how am I be happy through the jobs. So all these things is a real challenge. Those days, in our time, we don't care about the brand. We don't care about the logo. You don't care about the color. You don't care about the benefits. As long as there's a salary end of the month, you give it to me, I go back happily, I go. Today's still is very different. They want to ask you, do I get the internet benefits? Do I get the Netflix benefits? Do I get this benefit? Do I get the free ticket for the concert? Do I get a free ticket to go for holiday? All these things are the expectation of today's kid. But you can't neglect them. You can't leave them away. You got to move on with the expectation of those people. And as long as you know how to manage this, you can move on. Okay, next slide. You can see, I want to make sure that I make use of, I give the best to my friend who invited me today. For the first slide, I spoke so long. Ladies and gentlemen, transformation is not a department, it is a mindset. HRD Corp, backtrack, I go on HRD Corp. HRD Corp, before me, I don't want to talk about it. Because people have their own style, people have their own way of doing it. But when I go in, I want to go with the mindset that when I leave HRD Corp, I want to leave a legacy of technology, people development, and transformation. So, first one is I want to go technology. I want to transform the organization, completely tech-driven. And I want that organization to be the most technology used in any government agency. So I created multiple activities that is related to technology. We used to have, I'm not sure how many of you here know HRD Corp. If you know HRD Corp is good, how many of you are using your levy money to do training and development HRD Corp? So HRD Corp is simply similar to an insurance agent. You say pay the dividend every month, pay the premium every month. We say pay the levy every month. We collect levy every month, 1% of your total payroll to HRD Corp. Happily, every time I go to the employer will ask me sometimes, why do I need to pay money to you? Same like insurance agent, why should I pay you? But we are a custodian of human capital development. We collect money, we can't use the money. HRD Corp has almost 100,000 employees, 3.5 million employees we have. I used to train 2 million people every year. So I want to understand, If I want to be popular, if I want to make learning and development effective, no point I collect levy. Every year I collect 2 billion levy. Every year I collect 2 billion levy from 100,000 employees. What is the purpose of me collecting this levy? Not to keep in my kitty, not to keep in the bank of HRD Corp. I want to make sure I collect this money, and I want to make this money being spent on the learning and development. I want to train people on technology, agriculture, engineering, automotive, management, ESG, macam-macam. But how do you make this effectively work? If HRD Corp those days, if you are an agent, and you want to apply to become a HRD Corp training center because you want to train your people, I want to use HRD Corp money. In HRD Corp, you submit the application, they take 2 months to give you the approval. Contohlah, our brother here, he submit the application for training center. What is the criteria of training center? You need to have your own training center, signboard, you need to have the license, the premises, everything ready. Which entrepreneur will have time or money to get a center, not doing 2 months anything, waiting for the license, but you have to pay the rental? So ask HRD, why is it you're doing this? No, I think all the 20 years we have been following the same way. So we have to follow this. Who says this is the policy? No, it is already been followed from all time. I say, why do we need to follow? Because if I'm an entrepreneur, I want to spend my money on effective learning, not on paying the premises for 2 to 3 months without doing anything. If I'm running the training center, signboard is not important, content is very important. So your priorities are wrong. After fight everything, I come with a policy. If you are a new training center, you want to apply for a training center, within 48 hours, your training center will be approved. This is the transformation people can physically see. After that, in less than 3 months, you got 600 new training centers came in. So they started to have this controversy. Oh, ini cuma Shahul punya training center, dia bawa semua dia punya training center, so he can give all the training. That's how the world will position you. That's how the perception they will create on you. But to me, I'm very happy. I made sure that we cut across the red tape, bureaucracy to get the training done. The second thing, I want to make a popular decision. And I want to make sure that the training is effectively utilized. When we collect 2 billion ringgit, our utilization rate is only 48%. That means I collect 1 ringgit, I spend only 48 cents every month. But my KPI is 75%, I got to use it. So when I go back and ask, why is this people not utilizing the levy? It's not that they don't want to go for training. Our process is so difficult that it's shy away people from doing training. I ask them, what is the problem? Once again, our brother has a company. He got 100,000 levy in HRD Corp. To use his levy, his own money, not my money, his own money, we will ask 1,000 questions. Macam bank lah. When you go to the bank, they want to collect money, don't think us. When you want to withdraw money, they will ask you who you are sending, why you are sending, what is the reason. Then you get fed up, you say, keep the money, I don't want to take. So that's the kind of mentality we had. So I told them, hey, it's their money, why you are making it so difficult? Of course, we don't want to compromise the governance, we don't want to compromise the integrity, but we want to make it happen. Alhamdulillah, after all the transformation, I made it a point that any grants that is submitted to the HRD of training is approved within 24 hours. Within 24 hours. If you submit a grant today, by tomorrow evening before 5 o'clock, you will get your grant approved. Once the grant is done, you collect your money back in 5 working days. Your money will come to you. So that made sure that my levy utilization become 98%. Ladies and gentlemen, a simple fine-tuning in your process. Simple fine-tuning in your mentality. You know, we have this mindset. We think everybody is negative. Everybody who are here, robbers. Everybody will do fitna. Everybody was going to make your life difficult. So I asked them, when we can do this, why we did not do the last? You know what they said? They said, Datuk, we are worried people will abuse the system. I said, we have done it now. 0.0001% is abuse the system. Why do you want to punish 99% of the people who follow the system accordingly because of 0.1% who don't follow the system? There are people who are out there, how good is your system, how intelligent is your technology, they always sit down to see how to crack the system. You don't bother about them. You give it to those people who are genuinely following you. So ladies and gentlemen, when you want to do reformation, when you do transformation, transforming, yeah. Now, before I come in the car, I saw an article. There was an earthquake in Philippines, 6.5 hectare. So I was worried, May Allah protect everybody. Yeah. So the transformation requires guts. Transformation requires leadership. A poor leader will never take a good transformation. Because when you transform, you can never make everybody happy. If you want to make everybody happy, you must go back and sell ice cream. Even you sell ice cream, they will still complain the flavor is not good. So there's nothing easy in life. There's no way the people will come and tell you that you are doing the best. Ladies and gentlemen, in life, you have to lose something to achieve. Even if you want to go to heaven, you got to die first, then only you can go to heaven. So you got to lose yourself. You got to lose yourself if you want to go to the heaven. So in life, nothing is easy. If you are sitting with a group of people, either you talk about God, or you talk about growth, or you talk about business, or you talk about the dreams. You don't talk about gossip. You don't talk about drama. You don't talk about God, bringing down people. So this is very, very important. The transformation requires guts. When I did this transformation in HRD Corp, ladies and gentlemen, I was on the highlight of HRD Corp. Not for the transformation, what I did. I'm not sure, when Ashraf called me to do this topic today here, I was worried. Is Ashraf really calling me, or he want to call some other Shahul? He called me, I so been worried. When you go back to the Google, when you go back to the internet, when you type my name, if you do the search, they all talk about Shahul is the most corrupted man. Shahul has siphoned so many billions from this organization. Macam-macam. Because today social media, you want to say the truth, they want proof. You want to talk about truth, they want proof. Fitna don't require any proof. Only the truth requires proof. Do you know that? Fitna don't require any proof. When you say you want to be a truth guy, you want to do truthful things, they ask you, hey, Mana, show me the proof, how good, yeah? But when you want to say something fitna, everybody forward immediately. This is the world we live in, ladies and gentlemen. So transformation requires guts. You want to be a leader and you want to exercise the transformation, you don't worry about how many people you're going to make happy. But you must make sure that how many people's life you're going to change. That is the most important thing. It doesn't matter whether people surrounding you are happy or not. I can tell you one good example. Imran Khan, the former Prime Minister of Pakistan, he was a very good cricket player. He was a very good, intelligent cricket player. Cambridge graduate. When he was contesting for the Prime Minister of Pakistan, the first election, he lost almost all the seats. Not only all the seats, he lost even all the deposits. So he was going with his friend in a car, going back to his kampung village to see the family. Then he saw that all the street lights are not working, the streets are bad, and he's telling a friend, see here, all the street lights not working, the streets are bad, if we have one, we would have changed all these things. So his friend was telling, hey, you must be really, are you making sense? You just lost all the seats, you're out of election, you're thrashed out, and you still have a dream of becoming the Prime Minister of the Pakistan? No way, we have to go back and you go back to UK and start playing cricket again, whatever. Then Imran Khan is telling, hey, let me tell you the truth. When I went to play cricket, when I played for the first game to play cricket, I got out with the 0 runs and I have to walk out. Everybody's been chanting that Imran Khan, get out, Imran Khan, get out. The next game, he goes in, he plays, and he scores 100 runs. Everybody shouting, Lion of Lahore, Imran Khan. The third game, he goes and plays. Once again, he never scored, he got out, he coming out. She was telling, my brother, public opinion is always fickle. They say you're good today, tomorrow they say you're bad. The following day they say you're good. What you have to do is, you have to work for your consciousness. And that's what Imran Khan, he worked diligently for 10 years. In the next 10 years, he was the Prime Minister of Pakistan, ladies and gentlemen. So for us today, we can be the one of the lowest agency here in PruBSN. We can be the agency that doesn't have all the right morals. But if you do the right thing consistently, persistently, you will be somebody. That requires gut. That requires a lot of patience. I always tell, later in my slide, I'll show to you, my 3 C's are, my 4 P's are very important. Purpose, passion, people, and also I focus on patience. Go back, is this go back? Is this this is the 4 P's. Yeah, next slide, yeah. This is the 4 P's. For us, it's very important. Why we are here? We got 34 million people in the country. We got so many insurance companies in the country. You are the performers. You are sitting in this 4 walls. You are gathered here. Is it you are the reason why you are here? Is Allah choose you to be here? Is Allah choose you why you are to be a performer? You are just a item, you are just an equipment, you are just a tool to show and help people. It is not your hard work, it is not your knowledge, it is not your connections that made you to be here. It is the will of the Allah. He made you to be here and He made you successful, He made you to work hard, He made you to make sure that all your contacts are translated to dollars and cents. So when you are being given everything outside yourself, what you are doing today must also be given to outsiders. Purpose-driven life is very important before profit. We all want profit. Profit, purpose before profit, or profit before purpose. But make sure there's a purpose is there for you. When I do things, when you do things, and you are running a small agency, if you are making some small money, make sure that you are making somebody's life better. That is where Allah gives you the rizqi, and your rizqi will grow by 7,000 times. Last year, I went to one of the Islamic conference in Perlis. You don't have to be a Muslim, Islam, to know all these basic things. It's the adab. It is the moral duty of any religion. You're a Hindu, you're a Chinese, you're a Christian. Doesn't matter. Every kitab tells you the same thing. You know, if you are doing good, give it back to the people. So I went to Islamic conference in Perlis, one of the conference. And I met one of the Islamic religion from overseas. I asked him, Sheikh, I want to do this. I want to partner. I want to be a good partner. Give me a good partner so that I could do things. You know what he said? He was just telling me very funny, but there's a lot of message. He said, you partner with Allah. I said, partner with Allah? How can I partner with Allah? He said, no, Shahul, when I say I partner with Allah, whatever profits you make, you put aside some of your money, give it back to people. Allah gives you back 7,000 times more to you. I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, I tried it and I'm getting it more and more and more. So to me, if you are an agent, if you are driving business, if you are making small people life impact, continue to do that, and that is very important. I say purpose-driven life is very, very important. We all have given a very short span of life. Last week, I was in Johor. One of my uncle passed away. He was quite a prominent businessman in Johor. So I went to his house. So his body came. So house, and the next door is his garage. He got 15 cars in the house. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not exaggerating, this is the reality. I don't mention name. 15 cars in the garage. His house is so sophisticated, with all the marbles, with the cushions, exclusive sofas and everything. 3 hours I was just thinking. I was sitting next to him thinking, this is how Allah brings the reality of life. He got Rolls Royce, Bentley, G-Wagon, he got everything. But which car is going to carry him? When's Zinaza? That was right in front of the house. The rest has all been covered and closed. He got such a big, beautiful house. And his cot is a normal wooden cot with just a papan, and he has just a batik covered on him. This is the reality of life. This is the truth. If you understand this truth, you will never be an egoistic person. You will never be a person that you want to bring somebody down. You know, we are human. Generally, we are here 300 people gathered. We compete. When the competition is healthy, no problem. But don't compete to the level until you hurt your colleagues. Jealousy is not a way. Ego is not a way. Allah gives you unconditionally. If you believe in that, then you will never harm all those people. Because your rizq is determined by Him. Your rizq is not determined by a neighbor or another agency. You can be the smartest. You might know the Prime Minister. You might know the President. You might know the Chairman of PruBSN. But that doesn't determine you. Allah decides whether you get that customer or not. So when you know that nothing is within you, you must make sure that whatever you have, you give it back to the people. When you give it back to the people, you get more. That's what we call purpose-driven life. Because why? It is you are chosen to do that. You don't have the kind of things that you bring into your head. Oh, I'm the most intelligent. I'm the smartest. I'm doing this all because of my. No. Tomorrow you can be nobody. That somebody can be better than you. So that is very important. The second one is passion. Anything you do, you must have the kind of passion. If you don't have the passion, if you're just doing it for the sake of money, you can say it is not very long term. You will lose interest. You must be very passionate. I want to make money. I want to be happy. I want to make people surrounding me happy. That is what passion. And I don't do it because I wake up. Why should I wake up today? It's a very boring day. No, if you have the kind of feeling, you better change job and you go to something which is interesting to you. Passion is very important. Patience is very, very important. In sales, if you don't have patience and persistence, nothing happens. Am I right? Persistence is very, very important. You must knock the doors until the door gets opened. You must knock the doors until the door has been broken. That's the patience all about. Persistence is all about. You know, if you're a customer if you have people who don't like to talk to people, who don't want to go and meet customers, sometimes the salespeople, they have this attitude that they have an appointment at 10 o'clock, they come at 11 o'clock, and your customer wait for 1 hour. That is a clear, significant sign that you're not passionate about your business. You don't have the passion in driving your business. So whatever things you do the right thing. Now let me tell you, this is very important. Proper work is more important than the paperwork. Please write down. Proper work is more important than the paperwork. You don't have to worry about your destination. Your destination is more important than your designation. You can be somebody, you can be a senior director, you can be the CEO, that doesn't matter. Where's the destination you want to go? So I always tell my people, your destination is more important, not your designation. Sincerity in work is more important than the seniority. People always say, I'm the senior in the organization. That doesn't matter. If the clerical staff is more senior, that is more important than you're sincere, that is more important than the seniority. Yes, can I have the video now? Let me just play a video so you won't get bored just listening to me. I want you to see the video. You get motivated, then we can talk about it. Yeah.
If you really want to get lasting change, real results that stick around, what do you got to do? And I tell people the most common thing people talk about is how they want to make a change in their life. But everybody wants to change, but nobody wants to work out. Everybody wants muscle, but nobody wants to train. See, one of the challenges that we have in our lives is we don't realize that the process of training ourselves, the process of conditioning ourselves actually feels incredible once you get that initial momentum. But most people don't. Why? Why do so many people say, well, I lost 100 pounds? The same 10 pounds 10 times? Or they'll tell me, I'm on my 4th day without a cigarette, man. I'm doing really good. If you're counting the days, it's not lasting change. You just count the days, you can tell people how long you lasted. If you want lasting change, you've got to give up this idea of trying something. You've got to decide you're going to commit to mastery. So often in life, people don't begin the journey because they're not quite sure what to do, how to do it right, how to do it perfect. If you want to change your body, get yourself moving. Don't wait for the perfect trainer. Just go out there and move. Go out your shoes and move and get momentum. Just remember, progress equals happiness. If you can start to make progress, if you get yourself going, even if it's not perfect, if it doesn't work, you know what to do. Just change your approach. If that doesn't work, change your approach. But if there's anything that'll shift your life, that'll get you to thrive in a difficult situation, is take some massive action. Try something else. Change it, try it, move it.
change is something everybody wants, but nobody dare to do that. We all will tell, hey, you must go and change. But when change comes to us, we try to avoid change. When I want to bring changes in HRD Corp, the first thing they come out is, oh, the chief executive doesn't like us. That's why they want to bring the change. That's why they want to change the policies. But change have to be communicated very effectively. Unless and until you're convinced what you really wanted to do, what's the kind of directions you want to bring in, you can't be able to bring out the changes. But one thing is certain, if you don't change, the change will change you. That's what you're seeing. You're living in a world, change is very imminent, change is very constant. People always talk about this AI, today the buzzword is AI. Everybody talk about AI. When I was in HRD Corp, they always ask me, Datuk, AI is coming. How HRD Corp is going to make sure that we all don't lose our jobs? Everybody make sure we retain a job. I told them, AI is not going to remove you. Your HR manager is going to remove you, not AI. If you fail to upskill yourself on the technology, nobody wants you to become the master of AI. Nobody wants you to be the expert in AI. Everybody wants you to know that you understand the language. If people come and tell you, Dato, you want to be insurance agent? You must understand the insurance policies. Yes, I want to understand the policy, but I don't have to behave like I wrote the policy. Am I right? So that's the psychological impact people have. People think that, if you want to know AI, you must understand the A to Z of AI. And they think that, AI will come and replace you. As long as you upskill yourself, you cross-skill yourself, you improve yourself in the language, you will continue to be part of the system. Because you get carried away, you get the kind of mindset block that you don't want to change. I can tell you, I had the paradigm when I was in HRD Corp, when I was in my earlier job, when I was doing my first degree on the technology, first year I was studying this desktop operating system. I'm not sure how many of you know DOS, desktop operating system. How many of you know this software called COBOL? How many of you know this software called C programming? C++, yeah, Chanti. So after I complete my third year, what I studied first year, nothing is there. Everything is changed. So when I go to the job market, they told me, hey, you come from university, you cannot even write the simple programmer. What IT degree you study, but the fellow does not understand what I studied the first year, third year is no longer there. So it is not the problem of my teacher, it is not the problem of me, it is not the problem of the company, it is a problem of the ecosystem. They continue to change. But we go back and tell, our graduates are memang lousy lah, tak boleh pakai lah, they cannot do it. Actually, let me tell you, my dear friends, ladies and gentlemen, it is not the problem of the graduate. I can tell you, we have graduates from 4 flat, 3.8, 3.9. They don't have the confidence. They don't have the kind of opportunity to go out and excel. It is our responsibility to go back and give opportunity to them. Because they are fear of change. When I go out, what people are going to treat me, what kind of behavior I'm going to go through, whether it's going to be fitting for me. And I can tell you many people, they come out of Islamic studies. They come out of Islamic studies. I used to debate about this too many times in my post-cabinet and with my ministers. I said, you bring people with Islamic studies, you must always have the skills attached to them. Islam doesn't tell you that you can't be an engineer. Islamic skills never tell you that you can't be a doctor. What will happen if you're a doctor with the Islamic studies? How good he will be. An engineer with the Islamic studies, how good he will be. Why you think that a Bilal of a masjid must know how to do azan only, cannot do anything? So you must improve the curriculum. The curriculum must fit into the culture. Curriculum must fit into the changing commodities, changing market trends. That is very important for us. So to me, the 3 C's are very, very pertinent. Choices. Today you're here is your choice. Am I right? You're here is your choice. You decided to be the leader in PruBSN as an agent, whatever is your choice. And you use that choice and to make the best chances for you. That is you. You use the chances. No transformation is possible without the risk. You would have been a big entrepreneur. You would have been like Said Mukhtar. You would have been like Amir Maidin. You would have been like somebody else. But you decided to choose this because you have happiness in this. You have passion in this. So it is your chances. And using this chance, you want to make your life to change. That is also in you. You can't grow without change. Choices, chances, and changes. These three are very, very, very important in life. Sometimes we don't complain. Ladies and gentlemen, nobody is responsible for your life. You can't go and blame anybody for your failure. You can't appreciate anybody for your success. You are the only reason for your failure, and you're the only reason for your success. When I talk to the graduates, they come and tell me, oh, my teacher never teach me well. My parents never sent me to the best school. Actually, that's not a problem. It is about your failure to make the best out of it. It's your failure. So we must, if you're failing today, you must take accountability. You can't go and tell, the company never do anything for me. The agency manager never do anything for me. Let me tell you, my friends, when I started HR, I was working for Informatics, the first job. My office used to be in Jalan Raja Chulan. That time, you don't have this kind of WhatsApp marketing. You don't have the kind of internet marketing. The best technology what we had was pager. Pager, it will, whenever someone call you, beep, 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 beep. After that, you pick up, you can't even message anything. That kind of technology we had. So what is the best technology I had to reach out to my customer? Is my fax machine. There's one fax machine in the company, 5 people will line up to queue up sending fax to our customers. So what I used to do, I don't have numbers. I'll go to, if you ask me, I can tell you every building name in Raja Chulan. Every building, how many floors are there, I can tell you, because I go to the topmost floor, I collect the business card from every company. Night time I come, I key in the fax machine, I send the fax at night time. So I hope that tomorrow morning the customers will read my fax. That's the kind of technology we come in. You think our children will go through that kind of hard way we come in? No way. But you still need them to run the business. I can tell you how many family business got ruined because there's no transformation. There's no succession plan. You might be running an agency very well. It is very important you bring your children now. Educate them, engage them, show them what failure means to me. Ladies and gentlemen, only failure teaches you everything. Success don't teach you anything. Do you know that? When you are successful, people are glad. They say happy for you, but behind they say, how this fellow got successful? This fellow cannot even talk. That's how the people behave. Success don't teach you anything. Success helps you grow ego. Success helps you grow all kind of problems. But failure teaches you everything. Failure teach you humility. Failure teaches you humanity. Failure teaches you what is the best you can learn. You all are successful here today because you think you didn't fail in your life? Can someone put your hand that you never had a failure in life? Can someone put up your hand? Everybody failed. We all failed, that's why we are successful today. And we expect our children to be successful every time. Our children fail one time, what we say? I know lah, you all cannot do. You have always failed. You cannot, tapne pakka, you are wrong. So after that, how do you expect them to come to your business? They want to go and work for somebody. I'm telling you because I do that to my son. Now I'm changing it. I did that to my children, and my children come and tell me, Papa, can you say that you are very successful? You also make a lot of mistakes. Why you talk? So I know lah. Now that I cannot really argue with them. So that is the truth of the life. So the changes can be made only we allow them to experiment. We allow them to make sure that they make the mistakes. Then you see that a lot of things will come in. In HRD Corp, though we have done multiple things successfully, we transform, but we are on the top of the highlight. Because of what? We are doing too well. Same goes to you. If you are a normal agency, you're a normal agent, you're doing average, mediocre work, nobody bothers you. Nobody troubles you. If you're a star performer, if you outshine your other agents, they will try to create all kind of troubles, all kind of fitness, because this is how the world is designed today. Last 2024-25 is one of the worst year for me. One time I used to ask myself, why do I need to go through this? What wrong I do? I don't cheat. I don't put sand in somebody's rice bowl. I live people alive. I do right transformation. I want to bring the best thing to the government. I want to make Malaysia as the best in the human capital development in the world. But why do I need to go through? Very lately I realized that because I was outshining. I was doing aggressive things that others don't want to do. When you do things that is too good, this is the price you have to pay. Ladies and gentlemen, 2024, 2025 was the worst year of my 50 years of life. I have to be dragged to Public Accounts Committee. I was not a member of Parliament, but I visited Parliament more than an MP. That number of time I've been called to the Parliament for Public Accounts Committee. I have to go to MACC. I'm going to Jabatan Audit Negara. When I took a voluntary leave, because I want to have the kind of clearance, LSDN come to my house. So macam-macam. During the time, of course, I got my eldest son who got diagnosed with cancer. So 2024, 2025 was the worst of my life, 50 years. I have to ask myself, is it worth fighting this battle? Or should I give up? What they want is just they don't want me to leave. They want me to leave HRD Corp. Because in 5 years, 3 ministers change, 3 prime ministers change, 4 chairmen change, 3 KSU change. How come this guy as a Ketua executive can be there for very long? But the truth is, I'm there not because of anybody. Allah puts me there. He chose me. If I want to go out, He has to make the decision. So I have to ask myself, do I need to fight the battle? But then I decided I want to fight the truth, not the battle. Because I want to send a message that truth prevails. Truth prevails. After all these things, nothing. When that issue happens, 225 articles has been turned on me. That I was robbing government money, I was doing this, I was doing that, macam-macam. But the perception, it is a perception. Because people read only the headlines, people don't read the bottom what has been written. Because that's how. Then 2025, December, I was thinking. Then I was thanking God. I said, in my last 50 years, I said, I thank you, God. This is the best year for me in the last 50 years. The reason is that after all the challenges, after all the sorrow, all the financial issues, all the authorities issues, all the medical issues for my family, you still make me laugh. I can walk, I can sleep peacefully, and I can be somebody today. It is because of you. And this is the best year you've given to me. I've gone through all the kind of success, all the kind of challenges I went through. I'm sharing this is because today's world is that way. I don't want any of the leaders here to get crippled by the surrounding what happens to you. I don't want you to bring down, get yourself broken with what happens to you surrounding. Because when you start to listen to the people outside, you can't do. Let me just give you 1 minute story. There was a donkey, there was an old man, there was a young boy. They are walking, they are traveling. Donkey, old man, and the father and the son, young boy. When they walk, this one person come opposite. And the guy was telling, hey, you guys are crazy or what? You have a donkey, your father, your son. Why do you want to walk? Make sure there's somebody sit on the donkey can make you travel. So the father said, okay, I'll sit on the donkey. And the small boy was walking next to him, and the donkey was moving. Slightly later, there's another guy come. He's telling, you must be a very lousy father. You have everything. Everything is, physically well. You are such an elderly man. You make a small boy walk, and you are sitting in the donkey. So the father got confused. He got down, and he take his son, put the donkey. Now donkey, and the boy is seated there, and the father is walking. Little bit later, there's another guy come. He came and he's telling, what is this? This is a young boy. And you're an old man, you're walking. And the donkey cannot even, is a normal animal. Why you burden the animal? God has given you 2 legs, 2 hands, you can walk genuinely. So what happened? The father brought the son down. Then the donkey is on his own. The father walking and the son is also walking. 2 minutes later, little bit later, there's another guy come. He's telling, you must be crazy guys. Why you let the donkey walk? So father carry the donkey and put on the shoulder. The father and the son is walking. Then little bit later, there's another guy come. He's telling, You guys got cuckoo or what? Donkey is supposed to carry, the weight and carry the kind of things. Why are you carrying the donkey? So the father said, oh, the pending lah. So he and the son got into the donkey and the donkey was carrying. Little bit later, there's another guy came and commented. So the moral of the story, what I want to tell you, whatever things you do in life, there will be somebody who is always going to comment on you, critique on you, and they're going to tell you that you are nobody and you are lousy. If you want to give your ears and you want to listen to the surrounding, what has happened to you, you cannot achieve the destination. I told you just now, your destination is very important, not the designation. So if you want to reach your destination, you must shut your ears, and you must go on. They used to say this frog story, there's 3 frogs. And the frogs have to climb the mountain to get something on the top of the mountain. And the first frog was climbing up the mountain, went up the mountain and saw there's something dark color and shouted that there's something giant up there, please don't go. The second frog listened and he was very fickle. He tried to go up and he also saw something dark that he don't want to go, give up, and shouted. But the third frog went up, climbed and got the food, whatever it wanted. So the 2 frogs was asking, how come? You told me, I followed, I never go up, and I conveyed the same message with another frog, but he did not listen, he went up. Then only another frog said that the frog which went up is a deaf frog, never listened to anybody. So if you want to be successful in life today, you must have the deaf ears. You don't let the surrounding control you. Today's world, ladies and gentlemen, you must not let your emotions overcome your mind. Don't let the emotion overrun you. A lot of times we get emotions, we get emotionally down and we make all kind of decisions that troubles us. Next slide. In a strong unit, your team does not need a captain who panics. They need someone who shows the show. This is all about something like this, the climate. You don't know when it rains, when it shines, when you have the kind of storm. But after a storm, what they say? After a heavy storm, you get to see the rainbow. So that's how interesting life is all about. Same goes to you. You're in the agency business. Sometimes you meet targets, sometimes you don't meet target. But the devil is in the detail if you're running a business. You must go back and identify what causes that kind of miss you the target. What is that your people missing it? How are you going to make that element connect, interlocking that to make sure that you go for successful achieving your target? But to me, for insurance agents today, in the past is very different. Today is very people driven, very relationship driven. I told you when my son was going through the cancer and he has to be treated in Singapore, the insurance doesn't allow him to use in Singapore because the insurance was meant for him. But as a normal family, you can't cope the kind of medical bills when come from Singapore. But this agent went on an extraordinary effort to make sure that I got 90% of my claim from the insurance company. So to me, this is the guy who's savior to me, my family. Though I've been earning, I know a lot of people, but none of my contacts can do what this guy did to me. He did this to me because of the relationship. He calls my son more often than a doctor calls my son. The nurse calls my son. That's the kind of relationship. That is the only thing will make me go back to him. Not which agency he comes from. Not what kind of incentive. I don't care all these things. I go back to him purely for the relationship. Do you agree with me? Yes. Today, the customers who are with you, of course, you're with PruBSN. You can be with tomorrow with somebody else. But they are with you because of your relationship. Not because of what's the product you have, what's the kind of benefits you give. So if you are a serious player who want to be a sustaining business in this kind of industry, you need to drive your business through relationship. Send a birthday card to all your customers. Send a birthday cake to your customers. Send a flower to your customers. You know, if they have something that is not good, go back and show your face. Not kind of an agent, when people call you after 8 o'clock, switch off the phones and call only the next day morning. That's not the kind of service today we want, because the market is very, very competitive. If you're not here today, then somebody is ready to service them. So you must go extra mile to meet your customers' expectations. I'm telling you, nothing is more important than your relationship. The rest is all, whether your premium is low, your premium is high, you got benefits, you claim all these things. Even you make mistakes as an agent to your customer, because of your relationship, the fellow might even want to forgive you, or even ready to close one eye. That's the power of relationship. Okay, next. If your people don't believe in your mission, even the best plan will fail. I told you. PruBSN can come with a lot of packages, a lot of initiatives. But if you don't have the right people to drive your business, who want to take your plan? So your people must believe in what you do. Consistent communications, engagement, that road trips. When I say road trip, you bring people. Spend on them, invest on them. So people ask me, Datuk, you spend a lot of time on your people, a lot of time on a lot of skills on your people. What happened? They leave you to go to other company. They will ask you the same thing. Madam, you spend a lot of money on your people. They leave you and go to other agency. What will happen? So be it. It's okay. It's your responsibility to train them. It's your responsibility to give them the right thing to them. They are riziki somewhere, let them do it. You can't stop it. Because, ladies and gentlemen, believe, tomorrow your children will have to go through this. If you're not honest to your people, if you're not honest to your staff, your son or your daughter will go through the same exercise in the corporate world. But if you help today somebody will come and make your life and your people's life, your children's life will be much better. So make sure that you take care of the people, make sure your people believe in your plans, and everything will fall nicely. Next. The goal is not to go back to normal. It is to go forward to better. I always tell this. Look back and thank God. Look forward and trust God. This is the fundamentals of business. If you have done something good in the past, thank you. The customers. What you are going in the future, trust and move forward. You don't have to think too much. Sometimes we are overthinkers. We sell insurance, but we behave like a patient. Do you know that? We sell insurance, but we think like, if this patient becomes this sick, how to claim? This patient becomes this sick, how to claim? Before the patient, we become like a 10 different kind of patient, and we don't even know how to manage this. Because we are overthinker. Ladies and gentlemen, overthinking is not good. Just go with the flow. Take it easy. Take challenges, face the challenge, don't run away from the challenges. If you don't solve the problem today, tomorrow you have to solve, day after tomorrow you have to solve. Nobody is there to solve for you, and nobody has time to solve your problem. Do you know that? Nobody has time to solve your problem. Everybody wants to create only problem for you. Nobody is there to solve your problem. If you understand the fundamentals of business, nobody cares for you. Nobody is here to come and tell you, you are the best agent, we want you to win the incentive with the next agent. Nobody. If you fail, you got to come up. If you are in problem, you have to come out. Nobody is there. People who want to support you will silently message to you. People who want to kill you, they use social media to kill you. So this is the reality of life today. What I speak today, everything I go through. You go through every media, every social media. There's no one social media never talked about Shahul. It's okay. They enjoyed having me. I give it to them. They all can write about it because I told them. You know what is the reality? When I'm not into all the social media, I got only 5,000 people following me. When I'm into all the social media, suddenly I open my social media, I got 20,000 people following me. So I was telling, oh God, if you do all these kind of funny things in the country, you become very popular. So that was the moral of the story. So that's about, anyway, I enjoyed those publicity. You know, before that, nobody come and take selfie with me when I walk on the road. Now after this incident, everybody takes selfie with me, they want to take picture with me. I said, this is how the world is all about. So when we have a goal, we want to go back, move forward. We don't want to go backward. That's how we must train our people. The training is very, very important. I come from the background of skilling people, training people last 5 years. The only thing that could make your people better is not your incentive, it's not your perks, it's not your benefits, it's about the training, how you skill them. Continuous skilling will make them to be better salespeople, better staff for you, better support system for you. Training is not expensive, ladies and gentlemen. There are a lot of people who want to come and share knowledge. You don't have to go for formal training. You sit down with them, chit chat with them, the reality of sales, the reality of life. What are the many ways to do sales? How do we manage the pipeline management, funnel management, sales management, prospecting, leads generation? All these things you must give it to these people, handhold them, guide them, then they will be a better person. Next slide. Leadership is not a title, it's a responsibility. Transformation is not a challenge, it's a calling. So I think I have one more video for 1 minute. I play this video and I'm sure that our brothers are waiting on the doors. I got to finish it off, if not they will switch off the lights and I have to come down. Anyway, just give me 1 minute, I'll finish off this video, then I will say a final touch on that.
If you only have 24 hours in a day, your success is dependent upon how you use the 24. You gotta hear me. People talk about Oprah Winfrey, Ted Turner, Warren Buffett. Listen to me. I don't care how much money you make. You only get 24 hours in a day. And the difference between Oprah and the person that's broke is Oprah uses her 24 hours wisely. That's it. Listen to me. That's it. You get 24. I don't care if you broke, you grew up broke. I don't care if you grew up rich. I don't care if you're in college, you're not in college. You only get 24 hours. And I blew up literally. I went from being a high school dropout to selling 6,000 books in less than 6 months. What happened in my 24 hours? I was like, okay, Eric, you got to get a grip on your 24 hours because you're about to be broke for the rest of your life. And then this is all I need you to do for me. I can tell you all about your life if you just write down your 24-hour schedule for me. You let me look at it. I can tell you where you're going to be in 5 years. I can tell you where you're going to be in 10 years. I can tell you where you're going to be in 20 years if you keep that schedule.
The final message, ladies and gentlemen, either you are a successful person, you are a failure, we all have only 24 hours a day, right? The video depicts exactly how a successful person utilizes the 24 hours and a failure utilizes the 24 hours. There's no rocket science in that. Fundamentals are very important for business. Ethics are very important for business. Gone are those days we overlook all these kind of things. Small things matter the loss to this business. You don't need to do big things. You do small things, touching people's lives, testimonies, making sure that you plan. I always tell, you want to close a big policy or you want to close a small policy, the effort is the same. You still have to go meet the customers. You still have to sit down with them, talk for hours, convince them. But when you plan for big. When you fall short, it's still okay. But you don't do anything, you don't plan, and you sit down doing daydreaming, you can never achieve what you want to be. You will see people moving forward. You can be the best friends. You can be the best friend to the agency. The bosses might know you. But when people don't see progress, they will leave you. Progress plus people is happiness. No progress with people is no happiness. With that, I want to say thank you. And I want to tell you that this is a wonderful session. And I hope that the 1 hour I spoke just now makes some impact, getting better sales. And I tell you, there's no business is better than doing sales. Sales is the best thing that you could ever do, and you all are gifted to be the salesperson because you determine what you want in life. You've never been at the mercy of others. Continue to do better sales, continue to do more policies, and be the bigger leader in the years to come. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.